Hello friends, Monday Motivation. I hope you're doing well as we are approaching March or maybe into March. We're very close. This year's going very fast, a couple months down. I haven't traveled very much. I haven't done any types of shows or anything, but we've done a lot, but it's going pretty fast. So when things go fast, one of the things that I try to remind myself is the word of the day, that is patience. We get used to things going fast. Sometimes we don't have enough patience. Patience, the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. That's the key, the end of that word. A lot of people say they have patience, and every time something happens that delays them, they're mad. They're frustrated. Well, that's just called, you got to wait anyway. Nothing you can do to change it, but if you're mad, you don't have patience. And it's one of the things that probably bothers me the most in my life, to be honest with you, is when I see people upset, especially in the vehicle, honking the horn, too frustrated to wait in line for something. The frustrated person that because there's a line at the grocery store just leaves their cart and walks out. I don't understand it. I don't understand. It's silly. It's silly. The capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. Now think about that. I'm talking about the shopping cart at the grocery store. This says delay, trouble, or suffering. Those are much worse things than what we're talking about. Let's talk about our quote today from Shakespeare. Hopefully you all know who Shakespeare is. How poor are they that have not patience? What wound did ever heal but by degrees? I think that's a self-explanatory quote, but we'll talk about it. How poor are they that have not patience? Meaning he is lamenting. Oh, how bad must your life be if you don't have patience? Think about a wound. You get a big cut on your arm. It doesn't heal overnight. It takes patience. Time is what he says. Did ever heal by degrees, in degrees of healing. All of us have things that have happened to us personally that we've healed in degrees. We get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And that takes patience. And guess what? We don't ever really have an option. You can't change that. You have to have patience. I would say that patience is in the short term an easy thing for me. In the long term, quite a hard thing for me. There are things that I would like in my life that I'm hopeful for, that we talked about last time, that seem to never be coming, that are slower than I'd like them to be. And then I get frustrated, and when I'm writing in my journal or devotions or whatever, and I'm lamenting, why can't this happen faster? Why is it taking so long for me to deal with this? Happens in work all the time. Why are we spending so much time on this? And we're frustrated. And we can all use more patience. The capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. I actually think for some people it's easier to have patience in bigger issues. When you get some really bad news on a health situation, when you've got trouble with family or a relationship. Those bigger things, we understand we have to have patience. We understand we can't control the outcome. And so we learn to find that peace within ourselves, which is what we're going to talk about next week. And have patience. But if you can't do it in your day-to-day life, if you believe that flipping the bird and honking when people are going slower than you'd like to go is what you need to do to survive in a day, you got a rough time ahead of you. Nothing is that important. We do so little in our lives that really matters, sometimes even beyond the day, let alone 5 years from now. If you think about everything that you do in a day and go, will I even remember this 5 years from now? Will this have any impact on my life 5 years from now? Almost all the time that answer is no. Almost all the time. It is exceedingly rare that answer is yes. So what are we in such a rush for? Why can't we have patience? It's okay if the wait to get in the restaurant is 20 minutes. It's okay if you want to drive 30 minutes to see your friend. You're not doing anything else. Now, I'm not talking about times where you have deadlines to meet or you have appointments to be at. Sometimes we have to rush in that. Doesn't mean it's okay to get angry at someone, but we certainly can't be quite as patient in those situations. But when it's completely just you're being frustrated, Why? Why get so impatient? So that's our word of the day. It's something I could use a lot more encouragement on. I hope it encourages you, and you have a great week.